Actually helped some people I know that were chronically ill, people that have, how can I say, they were on the verge of death, people that were walking sticks, they're called walk, people that were on the verge of having cancer, and he's actually turned it around, people have epileptic fits and they stopped. This man is an extraordinary person who actually cares about people. So I'm going to read out a few things about him. So, my name's Andrew McIntosh, by the way, and I've known Stephen for 30 years, as I was explaining earlier on. Steve Ferguson, Dr. Stephen Ferguson, sorry, is a health scientist, a life coach, a neuropathic doctor, okay? He's a presenter of the health show on Galaxy FM, which a lot of people have known him through. He's an author of a best-selling book, How to Master Your Health and Happiness. Steve holds 3 PhDs. He has 3 PhDs, has over 200 letters after his name. Almost every form of natural healing. He spent over 15 years studying and training in the qualifications in the UK and the USA. He's now engaged in a lifetime of learning, taking health to an even higher standard. He's recently been awarded an Outstanding Achievement Award by the British Association. Possibly a little known fact is that Steve, when I met him, he was a master chef. He worked at the Dorchester Hotel, Savoy Hotel, and many, many Michelin star restaurants. So he's worked at a very high standard at that. And also at one time he used to train a lot. So he took his bodybuilding to a very high level. He was a former Mr. Titan, he's a natural bodybuilding champion, a former London and home counties natural bodybuilding champion, a bench pressing champion. This is also an extraordinary man. I want you to now open your eyes. I want you now to give him a round of applause, because he's also my friend. You can all sit down now.
1, 2, testing. 1, 2, 3. Welcome, got a lovely turnout today. Thank you very much for putting the effort in and coming, and thanks for the lovely introduction. Is it almost working okay? Yeah. Great. We was having a little discussion today. Can you hear me okay at the back? Yeah. Testing, 1, 2, right. Yeah, we was having a little discussion today, and what we were discussing is what does success mean to you? What does it mean to be successful? Would anyone anyone got a definition of what they would classify success to mean? What's success? My sister.
For me, it's not just being physically successful, mentally, but it's just everything. So it's like financially, your health, your mind, your spirituality. I think if you have, for me, my personal understanding is if you have success in one area, you're experiencing success, but I wouldn't class it as significantly successful.
Okay, so what you're saying is a balance of different areas.
Yeah.
But really, what would you say, Peter?
Your goals and potentials, achieving your goals and potential. But especially as a child, you have lots of visions or dreams what you'd like to be, or even culturally, what we're supposed to be.
That's true. Well, the key to success is happiness. Wouldn't you agree? Happiness is the key. The definition of happiness is freedom from pain and suffering. So, supposing I said to you, okay, I'm going to give each of you £1 million, you're going to have a nice house, a nice car, you can buy whatever you want, you would be happy to a degree, but then supposing I said tomorrow is the last day you're going to live. Do you see the point? Once you haven't got good health, you have nothing. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
That is the definition. Like, I had a lady say to me, oh, my goal is to go on holiday and do this. I can't do it until I sort my health out. I had a business lady come to my clinic. She said to me, I can't start my business until I sort my health out. Without my health, I can't do nothing. Let me do this first, and then I'll start my business, and then I'll do this. Nothing happens until you have good health. Would you all agree with that? Yes. Yeah. Health is number one, and that's why I love it so much. Because I've seen I've been doing this now for about 15 years, or maybe even more, and that is what I've seen. It is the beginning of everything, your health. You know, you're on holiday, and your back pain's so bad, you can hardly walk. What's the point of being on holiday? Why even go? You're still suffering. Now, if your back pain went and someone said, what I'm going to do, you can't have that ticket no more, you can't go anymore, you haven't got the back pain, would you be that upset? Which one would you rather have? The back pain gone that you've had for 20 years, or a holiday that you've been on probably maybe for the last 10 years anyway? Which one would you rather have? Because you get peace. All of us are searching for peace, but to get that peace, there are certain things that have to be done. We want peace, we want love, we want happiness. And even if we took the statement, as they say, everything's in the statement, you must love your neighbour as yourself. Right, you're in pain, you're suffering, how are you going to treat your neighbour without even realising? Now, if you're well, you feel really good, you feel really healthy, and because of that you feel really happy, how will you naturally treat your neighbour then? It just happens naturally. That's the key. Now, I don't know if you've seen, well, I'm sure you have, on TV, you see these animal rights people, sometimes they're outside of laboratories. Have you seen that? Animal rights people, they're outside laboratories, and what are they complaining about? What are they saying? Sometimes they have even attached themselves to train lines. They've climbed on bridges. They've put posters and leaflets about cruelty to animals in laboratory. What's the main animal in the laboratory that gets worked on when they're doing pharmaceutical? Rats. Which kind of rats?
White rats.
White rats. When was the last time you saw a white rat crawling outside or anything? Is there such a thing? There's no such thing. Right, where do these white rats come from?
Laboratory.
Laboratory, they make them. They manufacture these mice to test these drugs on. And they're manufactured. They're not mice that are crawling round. But these people are complaining about those. How many drugs are you allowed to test per mouse? Or per rat? How many drugs can you test on each rat? So you've got a rat. Could I put 5 drugs in that rat? Would they be okay with that, the animal rights people? No. How many do you legally allow? Are you legally allowed to test on each rat? You can test 1 drug. So if they're testing amlodipine, they're testing amlodipine on 1 rat. Okay? If they're testing metformin, they're testing metformin on 1 rat. When you look at some of our parents or some of our grandparents, how many tablets are being tested on them? How many tablets? When you look at the mixture of tablets, someone might have diabetes, they'll be given metformin. They might be given glycoside. They might have hypertension, they're given ramipril, they're given amlodipine. They've given benzofluoromethazine to make them go to the toilet because they believe that when you go to the toilet a lot, it brings your blood pressure down, which is false. Have you seen any animal rights complaining about those things? Because remember, they haven't tested them on animals, so they've never been tested, mixed together. Have you ever seen that happen? Them outside, we're in Brixton or Lewisham or somewhere like that, complaining and saying, how can you put 5 different tablets in a human being? That's disgusting. Have you ever heard that? But then that's what they do. How many people in here today are taking more than 1 pharmaceutical drug?